EC Radio.
It's kind of a money thing, but it's like I think this all comes around to this other bit that you wanted me to talk about that I was doing at the show, which is actually a bit that didn't start as a poem. It really just started as a comedy bit, which is just like that. When you go to you go to a Comets game and you kind of realize like Utica is America's Canada. It's like I'm like absolutely serious. Like, look around you, go out there. Utica is America's Canada. Because, like, drive down 5S. Like, I was driving down 5S, coming here, to do your fine radio show here and podcast. I don't know which to say because I don't know how people are going to
I'll go in.
Absorb this, So some people will absorb this as a radio show. Some people will absorb this as a podcast.
Yeah.
So this audio-visual product that you're enjoying right now. You're driving. There is every 400 yards there is a Labatt's billboard. You tell me this isn't Utica. You tell me Utica isn't America's Canada. Utica is the only town in America that actually cares about its minor league hockey team. Like, I try to tell people, and no, it's great. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but if you're from around here, you have to understand no one else cares. No one else cares about their minor league hockey team in this country, and we love it. And that's something that's special about this area. But you have to realize that it makes you Canadian. You are Canadian because I don't know how the cable systems are out here, but like in Little Falls, we get one of the Canadian channels on our cable. CKWS, yeah, the CBC out of like Kingston, because like when the cable systems first started, they could just get a weak enough signal bounce over to like Ilians, so we had sometimes I will spell things the Canadian way. Because, like, I grew up on, like, learning my language from, like, Mr. Dress-Up and Sesame Place. And, like, about half the kid shows I watched when I was a little boy were on CKWS. I spell theater with an R-E until people yell at me.
Yeah, right.
I spell honor with a U sometimes until, like, what do you think you're Madonna? You think you're becoming British? And I just want to tell people, like, 60, 70 miles as the crow flies over the Adirondacks. You're at St. Lawrence Seaway. Like, Utica is America's Canada. Do you understand, if you're from the Utica area, do you get that when curling is on the Olympics, no one else knows what the fuck that's going on there. But you, because you grew up between like Rome and St. Johnsville, because you grew up in the Utica area, you understand what those people are doing with those brooms. Nowhere else in America does anybody even like what's Frozen Shuffleboard doing on the TV? Like, you have to understand that, like, when you go out there into the streets and you drop a buck to Rainbow Young and you're walking down the street and you're seeing these Labatt's billboards and you're seeing people talking about minor league hockey, and the only difference between like Utica and like an economically depressed suburb of Toronto is in Toronto they got their health care. Like Utica is Canada. Utica is Canada without health care. I mean like okay. You go on the TV. You turn on the WKTV. Okay, in other towns, like their celebrities are like the football star, or their celebrities are like the rock star who like grew up like poor Syracuse. They've got to deal with being where Post Malone was born, for Christ's sake. If that's Post Malone, I want to go back to pre Malone. But here's my point, right? Here's my point. You're in Utica. And every other town, it's like, like you go into New Jersey, like Bruce Springsteen, woo, Bon Jovi, woo, Boston, it's like Aerosmith, woo. Our celebrity, our big celebrity, the person in all the ads on the television, won a bronze medal in an Olympic sport that I could not name to you right now. She's the biggest celebrity between like Syracuse and Albany, and I don't know, I think she was on a sled. I think she may have been on a sled. I don't know if it was skeleton or Skeletor or Loogie or Took. I don't know what the hell it was called because I don't know for winter sports other than telling hockey players to hit each other in the junk. But it's like you got to understand, when you realize your local celebrity is this woman who's cute in a slightly thick way, who's doing these like ads for the bank, and she's from a farm town 20 minutes north of here, and she won a bronze medal in a Winter Olympic sport you have never heard of. You can probably not name right now. You have to realize that means you are in America's Canada. We should really. I love this country, but I feel like, I could do better than Fidelis. If we just kind of like said, just annex us, just cut down through the, cut past like Watertown, just kind of annex us, give us our health care. We will learn your ways. I know how to say I'm a pineapple in French. That's got to count for Je suis un ananas. There was this terrible kids show.
You could get by in Quebec, right?
I can get by in Quebec. Yeah, there was this terrible kids show that they made us watch in like junior high French at Little Falls High School. It was like this Montreal kids show, but it was like this terrifying like children's show called Telefrancais, and one of the main characters was just like this animate pineapple called L'Ananas. And he would just talk like this, and blah, 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 and it was just terrifying. Because when puppets look too much like the thing they're supposed to look like, they're actually terrifying. I know a lot of great puppets. I've gotten to work with Utica's own puppeteering group, the Guild of Thespian Puppets, a couple times. When they've needed a human actor or a co-writer, they're brilliant. I think they're doing a thing for Christmas in Little Falls on the 8th as well. I think in the same venue where I'm going to be doing that Brass Lantern Christmas show later. And it's just like, I love puppets, but certain puppets are creepy.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so I mean,
I think the marionettes are creepy.
Yeah, it's like when you're like a Muppet, great Muppet, you're all felt and googly eyes and stuff. But then it's like when you got a marionette and he looks a little bit too real. It's like
marionette is Canadian, isn't it?
It's French Canadian, yeah.
It's French
but I mean that's the thing is like like I say, Labatt signs everywhere.
Minor league
hockey. We know what curling is.
Aaron
Hamlin, Winter Olympic bronze medalist, our big local celebrity. And I mean, you even look at look at the name. Look at Utica. What does it end in? What does Utica end in?
A.
Utica ends in. I mean, we are America's Canada. We should. And I mean, if you think about it, what would be the perfect website for Utica? Would be a Canadian website because it could be uti.ca. Except that like there's probably some kind of like Canadian urinary tract infection association that's probably already uti.ca. But like, I mean, that's a great metaphor too because there's enough lead in the water to give you a urinary tract infection. So it's wonderful and it all comes together. But yeah, I mean, these are the things you think about when you have the time to think, when you're an art bum and you don't have a day job right now and you just kind of like make the money you can as a comic, you make the money you can as a poet.
You know what the hell you're listening to? It's EC Radio.
Only on the D.